Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're setting out to uncover the unseen forces that are quietly keeping millions of hardworking people trapped in an exhausting, endless financial loop. We're going to expose the hidden habits that silently drain your wallet, and more importantly, we're going to show you exactly how to break free.
It's a stark, unavoidable fact. Right now, millions of Americans are living entirely paycheck to paycheck. And, we aren't just talking about entry-level workers here. This is a massive squeeze being felt acutely by young adults, established professionals, and families across the entire country. Despite working hard and earning what really should be a comfortable living, that money just vanishes by the end of the month, leaving behind nothing but financial stress.
Which brings us to the ultimate question. Why on earth are we so broke? Well, it's time to stop looking at just the symptoms, the stress, the lack of savings, and transition directly into the root causes. The truth is, it's not usually a single catastrophic event that sinks our finances. It's actually a series of behavioral traps holding us back.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1, the American Paycheck Trap, the unseen weights holding you down. There are 7 distinct financial habits that guarantee this cycle continues, and we are going to cut the line on every single one.
Moving right into Section 2, stopping daily money leaks, the friction of everyday spending.
You see, the first phase of financial trouble doesn't usually happen with massive purchases. It actually happens through daily micro-failures. These are the small leaks that quietly, almost invisibly drain American wallets on a daily basis. It's all about the friction, or rather the total lack of it, in everyday spending. Which brings us to our first anchor, impulse spending. We live in an era where tech has engineered friction completely out of the buying process. With one-tap app spending, saved credit card numbers, and highly targeted social media ads, it is dangerously easy to bleed money daily. You see something, you tap it, and bam, it arrives at your door. There's no time to pause, reflect, or ask if you actually need it. Those unplanned $30 purchases, they easily add up to hundreds of dollars of leaked wealth every single month.
And that leads directly to our second anchor, the blindfold effect, otherwise known as not tracking your expenses. Honestly, this is incredibly common. Think about it. If you don't know exactly where your money went last month, you're essentially wearing a financial blindfold. It makes it entirely impossible to identify or fix those impulse leaks we just talked about. You literally can't plug a hole in a boat if you refuse to look down at the floorboards.
So, the crucial point here is taking immediate action to stop this first phase of trouble. First, audit your last 30 days of spending. Pull up your bank statement and just face the numbers. Second, actively add friction back into your life. Go in and delete your saved credit card information from your favorite checkout apps. Make yourself actually get up, find your wallet, and type in those numbers. That simple pause saves absolute fortunes. But plugging your daily leaks won't save you if you're actively digging a hole.
Section 3, escaping the debt cycle. When leaks become a rising tide. This is where small missteps become systemic traps that lock up your future income before you even earn it.
Anchor number 3 is lifestyle inflation, and this brilliantly illustrates the trap. It's an incredibly common American mistake to upgrade your lifestyle to perfectly match or even exceed a pay raise. You know how it is, you finally get that big promotion and instantly, you lease a brand new expensive car to celebrate and look the part. Instead of utilizing that new income to build a safety net, you just inflate your cost of living, keeping yourself perpetually on the edge of broke.
To really understand why lifestyle inflation is so toxic, we have to look at anchor number 4. Buying liabilities instead of assets. Let's just strip away all the complex financial jargon here. An asset, that's simply something that puts money in your pocket over time, like investments or real estate. A liability is something that takes money out of your pocket, like a depreciating new car, expensive clothes, or gadgets. The trap is that the middle class often buys liabilities disguised as assets, draining their wealth merely to look wealthy.
When lifestyle inflation meets the desire for liabilities, you hit anchor number 5, credit card debt. This is for sure the ultimate anchor. High-interest credit card debt compounds all of your previous bad habits into an inescapable rising tide of interest payments. It's a systemic trap designed to keep you paying minimums for decades, all while the banks get rich off your hard-earned paycheck.
To escape this cycle, you need a highly aggressive strategy. You absolutely must freeze your lifestyle creep, meaning your next raise goes toward your future, not a new car. Shift your focus entirely to buying true assets that actually grow your wealth, and launch a relentless attack on your high-interest credit card balances. Cut them up if you have to. Yet, surviving this rising tide isn't enough if you're completely unprepared for the flood. Section 4, fixing your future blind spot, preparing for the flood. These final anchors leave Americans devastatingly exposed when real life hits.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the sheer urgency of the disparity. Anchor number 6 is a lack of emergency savings compared against inevitable financial shocks. Just look at that gap. Medical emergencies, car breakdowns, unexpected job losses, these aren't just possibilities, they're absolute certainties. And without a dedicated emergency fund, a single shock forces you right back into high-interest credit card debt, instantly restarting the exact same cycle we just learned how to escape.
And finally, we have anchor number 7, the silent wealth killer, ignoring retirement investing. Look, when you're living paycheck to paycheck, retirement feels like a lifetime away, so you put off investing. But ignoring the future carries a massive opportunity cost. By missing out on the power of compound growth in your 20s and 30s, you are literally costing yourself millions of dollars. You are trading your future freedom for present-day liabilities.
The fix here requires shifting your mindset from the present entirely to the future. Step 1. Build a starter emergency fund immediately. Even just $1,000 will insulate you from most minor, everyday shocks. Step 2. Automate your retirement contributions. Set it up so a portion of your paycheck goes directly into an investment account before you even see it. Because here's the trick. If you never see it, you can't impulse spend it.
Section 5, cutting the anchors, taking back control. All right, it's time to drop the excuses. Financial freedom isn't about winning the lottery. It is about systematically cutting the lines that are holding you underwater. Here is your specific blueprint to cut those 7 anchors once and for all. Take the blindfold off, track your money, and control those frictionless impulses. When you get a raise, stop lifestyle inflation dead in its tracks. Shift your mindset to buying actual assets, not liabilities. Declare absolute war on your credit card debt, and finally, build that emergency cushion and invest aggressively for tomorrow. You now have the exact roadmap.
But here's the thing. Information without execution is really just entertainment. You've seen the traps. You know exactly what is draining the wealth of millions of hard-working Americans. The only thing left to decide is your very next move. So look at your own finances, be radically honest with yourself, and ask, which anchor will you cut today?